So the bowling, obviously, you've kind of got that. You're scratching that itch, which I'm sure, like you said, you didn't really know you had, and now you have the lanes, the facility, the youth program's going well, and then you think, hang on, there's an opportunity because during the pandemic, no one's in work and people are trying to outsource and everyone's like more comfortable using technology.
Yeah.
You think, hang on a second, there's a business to be had here. Tell me about that period and how does that happen?
Yeah, perfect. So I'd already started the fleet management company at the time.
Okay.
And so I was 4 months into that and actually had a couple clients and was starting to see a little progress. And in June, my now current partner says, hey, I've got this great idea. And I said, great, let me know if I can help you. And I move on, right? I'm kind of like...
trying to be a mentor.
Yes,
got enough on my plate.
Because he knows I've started up a few companies and I ran a few companies. And so about 30 days go by. So now we're in July and he goes, hey, Tim, I really, because the Genesis started off as like remote executive assistants.
Right.
And I just said, well, if we're going to do this, let's do it. Let's tackle the whole support, because that's been my whole background, right? So let's tackle HR. Let's tackle IT. There's a bigger need out there. And you're right. People have had to embrace Zoom and Teams and working remotely. Yeah. So let's excel at that. And while we can do a ton remotely, there's still on-site needs, right? Yeah. So it's not every 100%. But, and so we put a plan together and I said, I wanted to roll out 12 services day one, but we'd still be talking about rollout, right? So we picked 4. Yeah. We said, let's go with marketing, let's go with IT, let's go with HR, and let's go with EAs. And so we formed the partnership in July and we launched in September. So we didn't waste any time. And was able to sign up a few clients by year end. But, as a startup, you're out there hitting the pavement, sharing the story. And we've added a few clients this year. And we actually hired a full-time sales and business development a couple of months ago. Liz Valerio does a fantastic job. And we've got some exciting things that we're doing too. So we're not just handling the 4 areas where we've got a concept called, Real 360, which is going to be the full support, accounting, legal, IT, HR. And then we're going to tie into a real energy 360 and a similar solution for energy companies. And while it's been a little tough over the last couple of years, we're starting to see a little momentum there. And our background, since we've lived so long in energy, a lot of these folks that we work with are starting up their own companies, and they want those big practices, technology, and processes, and so we're able to kind of take that to them in a one-stop shop.
Right.
So once I blew them off for 30 days, and then we kind of formed the partnership, and I was worried about the perception of my current Onward fleet clients. Right. What would it look like? What's Tim doing? Once I got over that, and people who know me know that I've been juggling multiple balls in the air for quite some time, I said, let's make it happen. And so we're all in. We're excited. We're positioned for a good year, but it takes time, and that's what we're doing now. We're building, we're evolving, and
reinvesting, and
absolutely. So again, it's been a great opportunity, and again, a great learning experience.
Yeah. So I guess before that, then where does the fleet thing come from? Is that your time at Bob Moore, and you see the opportunity again?
Yeah. So Chesapeake. So I had like 450 people reporting to me at one time at Chesapeake. Yeah. So it was like its own company or companies. And part of that was the vehicle fleet. And so when I took over the vehicle fleet, it had 300 units. At its peak, it had 7,000.
Wow.
Yes. So we were buying and selling more cars than most dealerships.
And that's not just trucks. That's like executive cars as well. And that's everybody who works for the company that has a car.
C&G, Honda Civics. I mean, it's several companies. It's anywhere from a sedan to Class 8 vehicles over the road, because we were buying trucking companies at the time. And so as you can imagine, you didn't take a year to do that. I mean, things kind of grew practically overnight. Yeah. And so, we had a fleet department of, let's say 8 or 10 people, plus a fleet management company that was helping us. And so during that time, we would hire a couple people where we found some gaps in fleet management companies, and I just had a passion for it. Yeah. And so with that passion, I said, okay, I moved on, left in 2014, went to the auto group, and I learned a lot there. And then when I knew I was leaving, it was just a matter of, what am I going to do? And I'm like, fleet, I think there's a great opportunity in fleet management. Yeah. Either you're a real big company or you don't do it.
Yeah.
And so there's no Oklahoma-based fleet management company. So I was attracted by that.
Right.
I was attracted by the challenge. Okay, because that's a motivator, right? Yeah. And so we built it. I mean, from 0 vehicles to where we are today, which is almost 700, and we've got about 20 clients and growing. Wow. And again, but I can take. So when people ask, well, what are some of your differentiators? Well, one, it's always the people, and two, it's nobody like. I've been a fleet manager, so I've been on your side of the table, so I can relate. I know what it's like to try to get something done when your drivers are remote and they're generating your revenue. And so you bring in that fleet management experience in a very dynamic environment, managing 7,000 vehicles across 17 states. And then you bring in the automotive retail question or experience. And there's just a good blend. There's almost like a question I can't answer or I haven't been involved with. So I can take that and bring solutions to our clients.
Yeah.
So it was really landing on where my passion was, because I knew if I was passionate about it, the chances would be good I would be successful at it.
Yeah. There's like a reoccurring theme here, right? There's bowling and then working at Chesapeake and thinking, hang on a second, I can do this. I'm going to start. There's an opportunity. I'm going to get the bowling. And then there's the Onward fleet stuff, which is like, I've done my time at Chesapeake as well. And I have time at Bob Moore. And then there's the, like the tech admin side, which is like, this is just a melee of everything. Most people would just do one business, not just 3, right? And I love that drive. You're just like, well, let's figure it out. Why not? Like, and you said you love the challenge, and I mean, what? Because I've met people like yourself. They're always ticking. What was next? What's coming? What's coming next? Now that all these businesses are kind of like safe, right? You've kind of, they're still growing, but they still require your attention, but they're not like drowning.
Right.
What is next?
Yeah. So I've shied away from a couple of opportunities, right? I'm just kind of like, no, my focus this year is to still build the foundation of these 2 businesses. And we just have so much more opportunity. Obviously, with the fleet company 15 months old, I'm a little bit, I've got more of a foundation built there, and it's more the focused on the realanywhere.com company. And it's just really because we're still in 6 months, right? Yeah. So I think for the rest of the year, it'll be really working on that foundation, rolling out the kind of the Real 360 solution, the Real Energy 360 solution, and really just start building that book of business. Because in startups, you're doing all the outreach. A lot of people aren't calling you, right? So you're doing the outreach. And what's great about Onward, because the journey will be the same with Real. So back to the fleet management company, we're now getting, we're still doing outreach because we have a full-time sales and BD person. Yeah. But we're now getting the point where people are calling us. So that word of mouth is starting to get there. And that's about, I expected, kind of in the 12 to 24 month range. Right. And that's a great feeling. Even on my way here, I had gotten an inquiry from someone I served on the board of Make-A-Wish with. Yeah. And it was just like, how fantastic is this? Like, I hadn't seen him in a year, and he inquires, and it's just, whether anything happens or not, it just tells me and provides me a little bit more confidence that we're moving in the right direction. Yeah, people are hearing about you, and like I said, you're getting phone calls rather than you like, hey, I know I haven't spoken to you in forever, but I started a new, it's a totally different conversation, isn't it, when you reach out to when they reach out to you. Absolutely.